Hello, my wonderful viewers. Welcome to my platform. This is Linda's TV show. If it is your first time of coming across this channel and you like what you see after watching, please subscribe, put on your notification bell, set it to all notification. In that way, you'll be able to get notified each time I upload a new video, even those without notification. Here we react to all forms of videos, international and local. Every Saturday by 2 p.m. we have our interaction section. You are free to call in to air your opinion about the happenings in our society. Invite your friends, share my videos with your families and colleagues. Do not keep this information to yourself. Myself, I will be sitting down here to watch this video together with you from the beginning to the end. Then we'll go to the comment section and leave our comment, our opinion about the video we watch constructively.
Party, he's been in Senate before, he's vying to go again. Good morning, thank you for coming on the program today. Well,
good morning, Chamberlain.
All right, so tell us, how are things panning out within your party at the moment? Because there are different permutations concerning what is happening and where all of this is headed.
Well, the Labour Party, like all other parties, is preparing towards contesting the election in 2023. And the party is following the INEC guideline and the schedule of activities to be able to effectively take part in the election. The primaries have been conducted, and we are waiting for the last window for substitutions to effect necessary substitutions that the party consider that will give them a better standing in the elections. So we are upbeat, and we are doing everything to mobilize the electorate, and we are following all the political activities in the country and things that happen in other parties. So everybody is preparing, tooling up to be able to win the election. And the Labour Party is the party to beat in Nigeria today.
But it's also many of the impression that there are certain things that your party could do that could be very, very costly and could cost your party a lot in terms of the presidential ambition. That negotiation, either for the VP slot or the alliance with the NNPP, that seems to be a sort of Damocles. How is that panning out at the moment?
Actually, Chamberlain, we are surprised at the recent media blitz by the members of the new Nigerian People's Party to continuously suggest that they were locked in a negotiation with the Labour Party to have a partnership or an arrangement where the two parties will work together in 2023. We are surprised to continuously say this. We had this discussion precisely on the 15th of June, more than 3 weeks now. And what necessitated the meeting was this rapprochement that the NNPP and Labour Party working together will give a better opportunity for the presidential election to be won. And the two parties set up two teams. With myself and the Labour Party chairman who led our team, our national chairman of Labour Party, Barrister Julius Abure, Dr. Doyin Okupe, the Director General of P2B Campaign Organization, and my humble self went to that discussion on behalf of Labour Party. The NNPP put forward Alhaji Buba Galadima, Dr. Biafra, the former executive secretary of the TED Fund, and Lady Bob Johnson. It was a three-man team. We met. And when I listened to Buba Galadima yesterday, it was correct. We met for long hours, adjourned, and came back. And when it became obvious that it had become a dialogue between a deaf and dumb person, we called off the negotiation. It was on the 15th of June that the whole talks collapsed completely. The Labour Party has not averted its mind to any other further discussion with the NNPP. What we didn't do was to come back to the media and start saying we had a discussion that collapsed. But these fellows have continued to give the impression that they were still in talks with the Labour Party. Actually, the talks ended on the 15th of June. But sometimes you see even the Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso tweeting that he's talking with the Labour Party. A discussion he knew had ended. Because like Buba Galadima said yesterday, we couldn't agree on the knotty issue of who becomes the presidential candidate. Will it be Peter Obi of the Labour Party or Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso? They said that it is Rabiu Kwankwaso that will be the presidential candidate. And we considered it not in tune with the current realities. You know, if Mr. Peter Obi, who is being sought after by a broad spectrum of Nigerians to be the presidential candidate, will now step down for Rabiu Kwankwaso, he would have been injuring his reputation. Again, we made the point that the sentiment on ground, which they always dismiss as something like sentiment in politics, is that there should be power rotation between the North and the South. That even the ruling party, the APC, has considered that position at that time to southern Nigeria. How can you not be saying that a candidate that has emerged from a party from southern Nigeria would not step down for another northern candidate? You know, it was at that stage that they became so audacious in their claims that they have the population, they have the voting figures, they can even win the election without any vote from southern Nigeria. At that point, things got to an end, that there was no point continuing the discussion. If the NNPP and its presidential candidates and his team leaders in the discussion believe that they can win the election without any collaboration from anybody from southern Nigeria, why are we continuing? That is the essence. And looking at it again, saying that they have the voting population and that they will beat Atiku and Abubakar in his local government and in his ward, and we felt it was an outlandish claim. So that discussion ended on 15th of June. I don't know why they are resurfacing it around, using that to throw some tantrums, both at the Labour Party candidates and the Southeast people. This issue is not a Southeast, Northern Nigeria affair. It's about Nigeria. And it's not about who has the greatest number of voters. You know, politics, the game of number, agreed. But we have to consider what is happening in Nigeria today. The problems ravaging Nigeria are ravaging every part of Nigeria. It has nothing to do with the north, south, or east and west. The cost of diesel is 850 naira per litre. It is more in the north even. The cost of petrol is very high. The cost of living is beyond the imagination. The dollar is heading to 700 naira. It's now about 610 naira in the parallel market. Nigerians are yearning for somebody who will solve these problems. And that's why the candidacy of Mr. Peter Obi is resonating across Nigeria, among every group in Nigeria. It's not about where you come from, where you have the voting population. They've always had that voting population. But these problems in Nigeria have persisted. So the new thinking is no longer about somebody who will say, I have the numbers, I'm going to win. Are you going to solve the problem? It's not by making claims. So
just 1 second, if you can hear me. Just 1 second. You know, one of the things that a sizable number of people, you know, concerning this conversation that you're saying is, does the Labour Party have what it takes really? There are those who say, okay, well, maybe your candidate at the presidential level, you know, has a lot going for him with so many people now. But looking at the permutations in government, you know, the legislature, the other paraphernalia that could help him to achieve the much desired change, development, and growth that so many people who yearn for him to occupy the office of President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria will need are not there. You are a candidate, a senatorial candidate on the platform of the Labour Party. What are the chances of the Labour Party in the National Assembly?
Well, I don't think it is the right thing to do to consider the strength of the parties in the current National Assembly or the legislature as of today. The election is coming up in 2023. What is important at this stage is what do the electorate think about who to lead them in the forthcoming election. What do the Nigerian people want? What do they want? They want change. And by the time you go to that election, you see that all these people will crash out in the various constituencies across Nigeria. Because the people are angry that the affairs of Nigeria have been so mismanaged. And they want a change. That is why those who are making claims that they have the voting number, they are not looking at what is happening behind their doorsteps. The youths of this country have said they have come out to take back their country, that their future has been swallowed by these men who are now claiming that they have done everything. It is not the way to measure it. If you conduct an election today, Labour Party will sweep the elections across boards, because they have seen in that party the hope that they are yearning for. The issue of who are the structures of the parties and so on, these are misplaced criteria, because the Nigerian people who have these voters' cards that they will use to cast their votes have made up their minds that APC and the PDP have failed them. Even elders, it's not only the youth that are saying it. The other day I read Professor Ango Abdullahi, the convener of the Northern Elders Forum, dismissing APC and the PDP with relative ease, that they cannot fix Nigeria. Their candidates cannot fix Nigeria. He mentioned specifically this Pankwaso and Mr. Peter, people who are showing some hope for the nation. So for Pankwaso specifically to begin to talk that it's only him can do it.
Pardon me, Senator. Right. If I may come in there, you make a bold submission that if elections were conducted today, that the Labour Party would record a sweeping victory. But Nigerians would have loved to see that as a test of what is to come in the presidential election next year, in the Ekiti election. And one of the things that would have provided inspiration for supporters of the Labour Party would have been to see your presidential candidate raise the arm of the Labour Party governorship candidate in that election. But the campaigns for the Labour Party were not there at that time. And we're waiting to see that as well in the Osun governorship election. But active participation of your party is missing. The morning shows the day.
No. I think it's a wrong way of looking at it, right now. The thing is that the election just came up, and this Labour Party is rejuvenated in the past 1 month. And those people who have been there in the Labour Party, some of them have not been making serious bids and attempts at winning this election. Didn't you see that the Ekiti State election, the Labour Party candidate stepped down for the APC candidate? A lot of things may have been happening there, but those things are of the past. Today, there is a lot of pressure on Labour Party from people from other parties to move into Labour Party to actualize their electoral ambitions next year. So a lot of people are trooping to this party because of the viability of the platform at the moment. When you see the shift in the attitude of people, you will begin to know where to align to win the election. The massive turnout of people who want to get registered and get their PVCs because of the hardship in the country will suggest to you that these people are doing this to be able to effect the change that they deserve. So the elections can only be measured by the outcome of next year's general elections, not by these ones that are elections that are about one or two, only one or two. And most things have gone far away before the new force came up. The third force, yes, and all the people who are looking forward to the party, Labour Party, are satisfied that there's only one hope bearer for Nigeria now, and that person is Mr. Peter Obi.
But you know, just as you've noted, Chifume, one person can't do it all. One person who is president can't do it all. You know, the questions, are quite a myriad. You talked about the capacity of the Labour Party to sweep the polls in the National Assembly. Will that be replicated across all states? Will that be replicated across all houses of assembly all over the nation? I mean, the confidence, just a second, the confidence that people have expressed in Mr. Peter Obi is quite obvious to everyone. But he's the only one everyone is talking about in the Labour Party. No one else.
He's not the only one. He's not the only one. There are so many people there. By the time INEC publishes list of candidates for the 2023 general elections, you will see that great people are everywhere as a candidate for this or for that. So what is important at this point is not those who are in your party, but what the electorate wants. We have candidates put forward everywhere. In Benue State, for example, many people have defected from the National Assembly to the Labour Party and are contesting both senatorial and governorship election. So it's like that across the country. The structure, which they have continued to emphasize that the Labour Party does not have, is misplaced. Labour Party is a party that was registered by Nigerian Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress of Nigeria. And last week we met with them. They said they have structures down to the wards, 774 local governments across Nigeria. And this is their party, that this one is their project. How can you dismiss a party that is being supported and followed by the Nigerian workers? All of them. It was an open endorsement, last week, both TUC and the Nigerian Labour Congress. We went to them and they spoke out and said, this is the party that they are looking for, singing solidarity songs. And you said they don't have structure. The structure are the people who will vote. In fact, I listened to one pastor who said they would never vote for any party that has structure in Nigeria anymore. The video went viral. Any party that has structure, avoid it, because those that have structure have killed Nigeria. This is the issue. So the voters have made up their minds. This is what they want. It's not only Mr. Peter Obi. People are everywhere.
You know that this goes beyond what the electorate wants. I mean, I read your interview where you talked about how APGA was nowhere, but yourself and Mr. Peter Obi brought it to where it was largely. But you know that there are lots of uncharted territories in this area that you're venturing into at the moment. If the labor group say they've got all that structure, so the question is, what have they delivered? Can they actually deliver when push comes to shove? There's a factor of those who vote, who are induced to vote. So all of those, I imagine they're part of what is being looked at. Are you still confident that all those notwithstanding, that your party can weather the storm?
Sure. Like you rightly said, in the year 2001, I started this movement for APGA with Mr. Peter Obi when he contested the governorship election in Anambra State. At that time, this issue of structure was part of the things that people used to dismiss us in Anambra State. PDP was so strong on ground, and they said, hey, where is this party going? They don't have it. They were laughing at us. Eventually, the election came. We swept the polls, defeated PDP roundly. They rigged the election. We pursued them through the courts and eventually got them out of the way. That's how APGA came to be in Nigeria. So when you start a new thing, people will not give it any chance of success. But with persistence and resilience, you'll be able to overcome the challenges. Today in Nigeria, the electoral umpire, the INEC, and the electoral regime have all been reformed to a great extent. Before, those people who claim that they have structure will never allow elections to take place. They manipulate the process, write results, and declare themselves winners. That's how they built this structure they have today. They didn't build the structures they have today with the votes of the electorate. They did it through rigging. But with careful planning and reforms going on in Nigeria now, INEC has come up with templates that have started yielding positive results in the conduct of elections. With these beavers and electronic transmission of results now lawful, legal, you see them. They will see big men who control their massive structures. On the day of election, they will be sweating. Because the ordinary people that are suffering the brunt of bad leadership and governance in Nigeria are angry with them. But they're claiming them as their structure. Because they control state government, they do this and do that. I'll tell you that Nigerians will be surprised at the attitude of the Nigerian electorate in 2023.
Mr. Ome,
this hardship is pervading. And everybody is eager to have a change and some, relief from the scorching hardship Nigeria is facing.
Very quickly, I wonder if the attitude of Nigerians, particularly in support of Mr. Peter Obi, is enough to rely on, if you consider that even the southeast region, which the party may be resting on to get votes for Mr. Obi, is colored, is multi-party. You have APGA here, you have PDP here, you have the All Progressives Congress there as well. And then the southeast region, the voting population is not enough to win the presidential election. What are your thoughts on this?
That's what I'm saying. These things are propaganda. Efforts are being made to label Peter Obi a Southeast presidential candidate. He is not. He's a Nigerian presidential candidate. People who are driving his mission in Nigeria are not mostly from the Southeast. If you look around, you'll see that even in northern Nigeria, in Kaduna last week, the youth of northern Nigeria gathered in Kaduna to drum up support for Mr. Peter Obi. It's not from the north. If you go to Lagos, the massive turnout of people who are wanting to get registered and get their PVC, Lagos is not Southeast Nigeria, So this action is necessitated by the desire of Nigerian people to follow somebody who is making sense. All these people who are talking about what they have going for them, the number, the voting population, they are not telling Nigerians what they are going to do. It's only Peter Obi who is telling Nigerians what the problems are and how to solve the problems. Peter Obi is the only one who is complaining of galloping inflation in Nigeria. Peter Obi is the only one talking about how to change the lifestyle in Nigeria, how to change from consumption to production, so that to be able to contain our economic problems. He's the only one saying it. Somebody will come out and say, I have the number. People will vote for me. The North will not vote for Peter Obi. And they say they're not campaigning again anymore on the basis of where you come from. And they are very mindful of the statement they are making that if Peter Obi becomes the candidate, that the North will not vote for Peter Obi. What a contradiction in arguments. So what I'm telling you is that going forward, the Nigerian people who are supporting Peter Obi cut across cultural, religious, and tribal lines. Yes, if Peter Obi is not a candidate, they want to label him an Igbo candidate so that they begin to use their feudal control over those they've been manipulating in the past to gain advantage. They don't want to take it because Peter has asked a question. What is the cost of bread in Kano? What is the cost of bread in Meduguri? Is it different from the cost of bread in Lagos or Enugu or anywhere? The problems in Nigeria are general and people are feeling the brunt of this bad governance. So let them not pretend that they don't know that people are moving away from the past. People are looking for somebody who will bring the change. If Nigeria succeeds, everybody will be happy. If we continue to vote along those primordial lines and sentiments, it means that the nation will be stuck at its present stage. There's no solution. I've given you the statistics now. Unemployment, universities are on strike. ASU is on strike. Our students have been at home doing nothing. Unemployment is very high. So people are bearing this, not these people contesting this election. They must think about the attitude of the people who will cast these votes, not themselves contesting the election. They are big men. They are not the people suffering. Kwankwaso is not a man of the masses. Let him stop deceiving anybody. Why are we still having Amajiris in Kano? Amajiris are everywhere in Kano. This is a state you said they governed for 8 years and transformed. But poverty is ravaging a lot of young people there. So people will look beyond those claims in deciding who they will vote for. Nigeria we need is a Nigeria where life will be better for everybody, where there will be prosperity in the land, where there will be shift from the way things are being done. Somebody said the other day that the cost of governance is not the problem in Nigeria because P2B have been canvassing cut down on the cost of governance. where people who are elected appropriate the funds belonging to the country they will use to do services for the people. They spend the monies in luxury. Today, our debt profile is amazing.
Well,
Nigeria, the other day I saw on the line that I'm coming, please. These are the issues. I'm coming. The debt profile of this country is so terrible that those who are wanting to become president, even if they have the number, they don't know how to resolve the debt issue of Nigeria. How can you continue borrowing money to finance everything you do in Nigeria? The money you generate, you use it in servicing debts. And you have 200 million, over 200 million people in Nigeria with various needs. So we need somebody who will put all these things in reverse. And the only person who is making sense is Mr. Peter Obi. Because he is somebody, I can tell you, if you accuse him of anything, management of resources is number one. This is somebody who can stay in the midst of plenty of money and will not get into his head. He gets value for any money he will spend. And that's what Nigeria is suffering now. People who are running Nigeria are not running Nigeria like a business. Where you do business, you expect to make profits. In Nigeria today, any money that comes is squandered. Nothing is being invested in a manner that you can earn profit or anything. So it's a sharing economy that we are running.
All right,
and Peter Obi is campaigning against it. That's what people are seeing. That's why they're following him. They're not following him because he's handsome or that he's doing this. He's making sense.
All right, we do appreciate
your nails on the head.
We appreciate your perspective this morning, Chief Victor May, senatorial candidate of the Labour Party. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much, my wonderful viewers, for watching this video together with me from the beginning to the end. Like I said before, if you like what you see here, if you like what I do in this platform, as you have finished watching this video, please hit that red button that says subscribe and put on your notification bell to all notification. In that way, you'll be able to know when I upload a new video. Share my videos, leave your comments in the comment section constructively. Until I meet your way again in my next video, I still remain your Linda's TV show. Bye-bye.